Hey everybody, I am not muted. That is exciting. How's everything going? So we had, I think we streamed, we did, with Derek, and we did solve troubles with the music, but not really. I am getting the music, you can hear it, so at least it's not completely boring as I'm doing this. But we're using it through the web browser and not the software that we use to stream. So it's kind of strange, but it seems to be working, so hooray. Hey Maple15, how you doing? Thanks for the notification there, that helps. I definitely tried to make sure that we had everything together. I got out here much earlier and was trying to figure out all the issues we had, because I hadn't dealt with this new system. It's pretty slick. At least it's easy enough. It's using more resources on that PC still, but at least it's not doing it through the software you use, which is called vMix. Maybe that has some weirdness. I don't know. Hey Sirk, how you doing? So I need glasses. Hey, music cut off. Man. Apple, super fun. None of them are great. All the AI stuff is not great. Let me see here. What do we got? So last time I painted. Let me cut to the table. Oh, wrong one. There we go. You still hear the music? Yeah, I should too. I'm not hearing it right now, of course. Did it switch to the next track? Sure did. It's weird. There is internet issues here on our end. I am not certain exactly what is up, but the reason why it stopped was the Apple Assistant heard me say Twitch's name. I subtly put it in there. And it always, not always, it often responds to that. Anyway, so the other day I painted, I guess a week ago Tuesday, I painted the eyes and it took me the whole 2 hours to do a reasonable job. I'm still not even completely knocked out with it, but I am not going to sweat it. That is one of the things, and these are gigantic eyes. I mean, so in this case I feel you need to do them, but let's look at this vampire. Let's see how tiny his eyes are. They're just, just kind of like an impression of some eyes. So I did have like reddish and then add like a yellow dot, which is okay. It's not super visible. Let's see what the lady one looks like here. Hers are kind of worse, but they look cool, right? But when you have them this big, I kind of feel like you need to do the eyes, and you should try to do a reasonable job. They're not that teeny. They all look different. Oops, my head's in the way. They all look different. So what's that gonna do? I don't know. But I am happy. It's okay. But it's interesting. So we're gonna work on the hair, and the hair is black. And does anybody truly have black hair unless it's dyed? I don't believe it. So I'm kind of contemplating going for a super dark brown black, or black brown, I don't know. And I do want it to be dark. I mean, he does have dark hair. But I should be doing the matte helmet. And that's gold. I mean, but gold will cover anything, right? It's not gonna be a problem. The black is going to be more of an issue. Let me see here. I did switch things around. That was another thing I was working on this morning. Moved my wet palette to my right, which makes more sense so that I won't be crossing over the camera to reload paint, since it seems to be all I do. I did have the one brush that had the weird, that I had to trim last week. I'm not seeing it here. Is it this one? It is. So it still has some hairs poking out right here. I don't think those, oh, here we go. These trimmers might be better. Hey, the things when you get your stuff cleaned up, you can find stuff. But yeah, if you do it too much, right? I mean, now these are inexpensive brushes, so whatever. They can become whatever. They're not the cheapest brushes I have, but they're not bad. They're pretty cheap though in the grand scheme of paintbrushes. I just wanted to see if I can, this one kind of has like a longer set of bristles, so it kind of, and there's a, you can't probably see it, but there's like a chunk missing. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Of all the stuff that was distorted, right? So you can kind of see it in there, right about there. So it's a bummer, because, you know, I would like them to last and get some life out of them. So, and I'm also, I don't know. I don't want to trim it though. It's got a very long central hair, which I don't think they bother doing like the guide hairs on synthetics. I don't know what's going on with that. It does feel like, I don't think I use this at all. I kind of feel like I should trim that. Do I have real scissors here? I do. But yeah, it's funny, we don't, you know, we're streaming all the time, but we don't put as much attention into it, you know, as we used to as far as technologically. Derek just doesn't, he'll look up stuff when he really has to, but he just, you know, he's been told to focus on other stuff. So it ends up, you know, it's shocking, right? It's been 6 years since we started in March, like consistently streaming. We actually started in January. I talk about this all the time. We did the Wilson Wolf Affair with Dave and Deborah, which was amazing. It was really, really fun. And, you know, Hey Time Roller, and it went like 4 sessions. It was a big, big thing. And we actually did some stuff off camera, which was unfortunate. Then we really got serious because we were doing it like every 2 weeks. You know, we didn't want to make it too crazy. Deborah had still things to do, right? You know, it was before the pandemic. And then we actually were going to do, people ask about still, Clank Legacy, but that was going to be our stream thing, which would have been fun, but, you know, probably wouldn't have been every 2 weeks, but, so that's a bummer. Okay, if I'm going to use brown black, I'm kind of wondering if I should use, because, you know, there's a great channel out there, Tale of Painters, and Stolly is I think the main person. He's definitely the person on the videos. He covers paints, and he covered the new, I mean, I kind of want to buy some, but I really don't need to right now. I have so much paint. But he covered the new First Steps, that's the name of them, from Monument Hobbies. And number one, same size bottles as these, so 22 milliliters, so 4 milliliters more, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean it is, versus these other brands, including Citadel, or Warhammer Color as they're called now. These are 18. I mean, they all really kind of keep things on the same level, but I will say, I don't know exactly what they cost yet for the First Step. But if you judge it, yeah, 18 milliliter. I don't know why I'm questioning myself, I've looked at recently. If you judge it by cost, usually it's not much more than these. And these are not terrible, right? So $5 a bottle maybe for these versus $4 something for these. So sounds like it's more paint to me. You know, it's, you know, almost a quarter more paint. Not really, a little bit less, but 1/5, let's say. and it's a pretty great deal, and they look pretty good. There is not a lot of colors, but they have, so I have here Genesis Evolution. This is from Cuttlefish Colors, and it is a sort of like a speed paint medium where you add it to your existing paints. That is exactly what Monument Hobbies is doing. They have a special sauce is the like sub name for it, but you add other colors and it becomes essentially a first step paint. Not really speed paints. He was calling them speed paints during the development. There's a bunch of YouTube videos showing stuff. It's pretty great. But anyway, so Stolly covers it, and you know, it's not like a magic bullet, right? It still has its issues like any other paint line, but it seems pretty great, and I'm very intrigued by some of the colors. I mean, I would say that Monument Pro Acryl are probably my favorite set of colors, sort of as a set, but you know, they have lots of content creator painter people that did sets. I have the Rogue Hobbies super bright, heavy pigment, mixable colors that she did, which is amazing. You know, she's an artist. So I believe she studied art. I mean, I know she came on as an illustrator. I think at, I said I know, but I think at the, what is their site? Black Library or whatever. Gosh, I don't think that was it though back then. Black Library is the books. Anyway, so she has, you know, she does a video that shows her colors where there's a color wheel of cycling through with just each of the three sets, you know, because it's 2 sets of colors that can be used, because it's 6 total, that can be used to mix. And it's pretty amazing. So she just picked a bunch of colors out of the Citadel line and tried to mix them and did a pretty amazing job for each one. That's another thing they were doing. They were talking about essentially, I mean, it is Monument Hobbies. They were mixing colors there as well. And he had some really amazing things. So he shows, like he primed this miniature almost entirely yellow, I believe. And then he, not primed, he did a zenithal. Then he put on a yellow over all this cloak stuff, then added a glaze of a red or an orange over, because I don't think they have he said something about not having the red or whatever. I mean, they did have a red. I was confused by that. But anyway, and you know, he just put the color over the other one, and it does a pretty great job. I mean, it's not bulletproof like anything. It isn't. It does have a lot of, gosh, he was glazing metallics, which, you know, I've always done that. I don't know why people don't feel like you can. You just have to work harder to get there, but it keeps more of the undercolor visible when you're doing that. But it was great. It was really great. So I may actually try to do that on his helmet. I watched State of Play video on mixing colors using Electrix inks. Going down that rabbit hole is your fault. The State of Play is pretty great too. He's got some good stuff. I really liked his airbrushing. You know, like saying that there really isn't an excuse that you should be able to do airbrushing if you want. You know, you can do it in a small space, and he's 100% right. I mean, I have plenty of space, but I'm doing it in a small space with a little spray booth behind me, which works great, by the way. It really is great. So let's try to do, he was also talking about priming. That's the one I didn't like. I mean, it's not that it's fine. He's just saying, do we need to prime? And, you know, I've primed probably for 25 years or more. I did not prime when I was young. I didn't know. I just painted, and they were enamels, by the way, on a plastic, and those suckers, you know, that was real solvent, you know, and stuff. So I felt they did a pretty good job on that. But anyway, yeah, he's got some good stuff. He had some taking care of his son and was away for a while, but he's fun. I mean, you know, Ninjon has great stuff. There's a lot there. You can find out so much stuff. I mean, you know, I found out a lot of things without having that. Like literally, I had to have my friend basically, you know, explain some things to me because he was actually working with somebody, getting advice, and I was just, you know, painting. Now I have experience doing that stuff, but it was like not like that. So he showed me lots of great stuff. This was 20 years ago. But now it's so great. You can really get a lot out there. Duncan Rhodes has some cool stuff. It's interesting. I mean, I was really knocked out by his stuff on Warhammer TV and stuff. And it's not like it's not good. It's really good. But his style is, I mean, because he does what he wants. Like he did some train with like Coke cans and tubing, you know, and it was great. So yeah, you can get a lot from different folks out there, and there's tons and tons of them. Even smaller guys. Wapelius, I have not seen him on Twitch. I'm not on Twitch a lot, so it's not really fair to say. But he is an amazing painter. He does, I got all these browns out of here. So I'm gonna use the Gorgruntifer. But he uses the oils, and he mixes fluorescence using fluorescent pigments and makes his own fluorescent oil paints. And man, his technique is amazing. And I mean, part of that is he's doing oil paints. Oil paints you can work with them forever, right? They stay wet. You basically have to leave it. Now, here's where he's great. He can continue painting, and you know, the figure will be wet. You know, it starts to dry. I don't know how he mixes his paints. Maybe there's a way to make it so you don't have to wait entirely overnight for it to just at least get some state of dryness. But man, it's great. His stuff's great. You know what? I'm actually contemplating going with, I have the speed paints and trying to do the hair with that. It's a different system for sure. You think, oh, they're close, but they're not. And I don't know if I've used Grim Black yet. We'll find out here when I open it up. Okay. I do love that both Pro Acryl and Army Painter put mixing balls in their paint. I really wish, I mean, there's probably some risk there, right? Like something somebody could swallow. These guys use stainless steel mixing balls. They show that they put 2 in here. And the Pro Acryls use a large glass agitator. So I think, you know, they're pretty great. I put mixing balls. I thought they stopped. I didn't see them, but I found them again on. It's weird. I think they made some changes. Oh yeah, you can see. So here's the large mixing balls that they put in the bottles, and then these are little glass ones that you can buy from them. I think it's long gone now. I think it might be $2 for 50 or something like that, maybe, or $2.50 for 50. They're great. These are not going to corrode. They're medical grade, laboratory grade glass. Wow, look at this, it's just coming out here. Didn't even need to put the. I don't think I've used this one before. It's really making a mess. It's pretty inky looking though. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere. Black is the worst. Such a terribly frustrating paint. It just gets all over the place when I'm doing it. It was literally my experience last week. I was putting it on a wet towel and it stayed wet and just got all over my hands. Red's bad too, I don't know. They're all bad, it just depends on how much you got on the towel, I guess. Let me clean that up too. Now I don't know the browns on the Army Painter. I have a few. My frustration, so I did buy a full set of full set, but not really full set, because it's like $700. And I'm not even sure, I think it was limited, from the Army Painter War Paints Fanatic line. I bought a 50 bottle set, which I keep telling people don't. We'll go with that. Don't buy full sets. But I did want to have I don't have a ton of acrylics. Things have changed. I now have a lot of Pro Acryl, and I'm using them a lot now. But I didn't have any really. I have an old set that's 20 years old that's still good, but I didn't have enough of a variety. And when I got this set, it really does not have a lot of browns. It's got fir brown and oak brown. Is this a brown too? Nope, it's a red. So it has 2 browns. Now it has some flesh tones. But you know, it is 50 paints, so 2 out of 50, I guess, but I was a little bummed. Actually, the other color I kind of miss is orange. But you know, you can mix these things too. We have the lava orange. Not a lot of purple either, like 2 or 3. Oh no, there's like a couple, because there's these 2 here, and then there's like a couple berries that are reddish, purplish. And this is a red. And this is a red. It was cool. It came with a little stepped storage thing that's okay, not great. So now I'm going to try to use the brown, and I have to decide what. I do have a lot of browns, well, not a lot, several browns in, well, this is a red, burnished red. I think I'll go with maybe dark wood. I don't know. That would be like, that's like one of my favorite colors. And the other one, the, what is that wood called? Wildwood. So I don't know if it's the same color, but it seems kind of like it would be. So we're gonna just do 1 drop of that in there. Another color I haven't used. Lurk as I do some chores. Hey, well, thanks for joining me, TNT Tabletop. I hope you get some chores done. We have so much to do. We have the announcement of the Golden Geek Awards that Nikki and I have said that we'll do a video for. And we haven't written any. I've written 1 paragraph. It doesn't need a lot. We're gonna announce 15 categories. The last time we did a video, which we did not do one last year, I don't know exactly what was going on. But we took like 2 categories. This one, Nikki and I are gonna do it all just because we kind of want to get it done quickly since the winners have been determined. And so I'm looking forward to that, but timing wise, we leave for BG. I don't think I've ever used this one, but boy, oh boy, that looks black. Might not be the color. Whatever. I do want it to be more black than brown. Let me keep shaking that a little bit. I've definitely never opened that one. It is weird that they don't have seals on there. Well, I guess that's not common. Well, no, the contrast paints have a peel. Wow, look at that. It's coming off on that one too. They have a tearaway seal. And then the Pro Acryls have a, you know, it's an okay, it's like a little foam seal on the top that I actually, you know, it's stuck on there pretty good, so it's probably fine, but got brown on myself. I do not want to just squirt that out because that could be bad news. So I use the pokey tool, if I can just pick it up. I've got these tweezers, nippers on it, so bad news. It's clear, so I'd have been okay. Just don't take the chance. If you're using these eyedropper bottles, seriously consider putting together a little tool. Just a paper clip's perfectly fine. You don't have to do what I did. But I couldn't find the paper clips. I now have a bunch of paper clips over here that I finally dug up after cleaning everything off. But as long as you can keep track of it, it's fine. But I just couldn't handle it. And so I made this, and now I don't generally lose it for very long, at least. It is nice having the music, though. I chose all the music on this playlist, so I do not mind it. I do like lots and lots of types of music, so it's kind of cool. These guys are, I don't know that they're all Swedish, but it's a Swedish company that has service that we use for all of our videos that isn't composed by my brother. And it's pretty great. Blood red can go away. I wasn't using that one anymore. Let's see if there's any others that can go away. Black. Actually, I should keep the brown just in case I need it. Know which two I used. Silver will get used probably soon. And I need this. This I'm going to probably have to. Crazily enough, the medium, the speed paint medium, I have to clean it because I keep spilling it. I've wasted more speed paint medium probably than I've used. Having the bottle squirt, you know, like I got it on my pants last week or 2 weeks ago. It does have still stuff on the bottom. But yeah, I'm excited about the one step. I mean, the crazy thing is I'd love to try all of these kinds of paints. They all have different approaches to how they do them. Yeah, you can see it dries. This one's not as bad as it was. And you know, I store these upright, so it's like I'm not really certain why the this is fine. Not certain why it does this. So we're going to do a stream on Thursday. It was going to be today. That's why I'm painting today. Of the new, we're actually getting paid to do it, which is exciting. We don't do too many paid streams. But we're going to do Zombicide Dead Men Tales. So they've, CMON, who, you know, I'm sad because I'm doing this and I don't know how much more life CMON has. They basically, so I didn't read it. It's been out for more than a month. I just got like you know, they don't really, they do that update, but I've been just paying attention to they have a chart that has the status of the pre-orders and the crowdfunding ones. And I didn't see this for, man, I have this black paint everywhere. I'm not kidding. It always gets on everything. They are going to do the core boxes to retail. And they're going to do it before they ship to their backers. And I get it. But the problem is, you know, this campaign made $4.5 million. And so now, I mean, guaranteed, this has been a problem. I mean, I hate to be so blunt, but they have been, for a long time, running campaigns to take care of a previous campaign. And they obviously can't run any campaigns. You know, they sold the Zombicide line to Asmodee, Fantasy Flight, so this is a Fantasy Flight game that's coming that we're going to be doing the stream for. But they they're going to put the games in retail before they ship. And if you want them, you'll have to pay extra shipping to get them. If you just wait until they ship everything, it may just be the core box. It sounds like to me it's only the core box, which leaves tons of molds that aren't done. This is what they're saying they need to do to fund the mold making. So once again, I'm probably going to pay for the shipping just to make sure I get that first box, because I don't know that we're going to get the rest of the boxes. So I talked with a friend that was working for them, and you know, he left, and he said, you know, it was bad. Like, he wanted to try to tell stuff, but he said the problem is when you know, my reaction, I'm having that reaction right now of the frustration that you're going to charge me to make sure I get something because I may not get it, and then you're going to sell that stuff. I don't really need two of any box, right? I really don't. Now this is the DC Superheroes United, but I don't have anything except those 8 minis I did from the other thing that they sold it's Spin Master, so I don't know how much of that money they got to take. They did do, I don't know, man. And you know, they finished Deceased. I don't think Deceased made as much money. Their molds they didn't finish it, but the molds are finished. This was at the end of March. And so, you know, it really doesn't look good. and I'm really very frustrated with the with this, because, you know, they've done, the first time they did it, they sold, they didn't tell us that they were going to sell the box ahead of shipping it. And so I paid the extra money, and then I was angry, and I heard it wasn't a very good game, which is, I love the game, it's fun. So, you know, then the next one, they told us that they would be selling the, gosh, what was that set? Boy, this is thin. I didn't put too many drops. They sold, I think it was Spider-Geddon. That was on the X-Men. So it wasn't it was a specific one that was done. I'm now going to the right again for my, to the left for my paint. So yeah, they specifically did it so that they could sell it. I did not even think about it at the time that it might have been specifically for that. But you know, they didn't solve the problem with this Batman Hush, and they've only got the core box done, molds. I mean, I know they were further back on the Deceased ones. I guess Deceased was probably before DC Superheroes United. I don't know. It's just, it's truly frustrating. Anyway, we were going to be doing a playthrough of the new Fantasy Flight Asmodee game, Zombicide Dead Men Tales, which is fun. We've actually never done it on the show. Oops, launched it right off. Never done it on the show. We only ever had the original. Then, and I didn't get it till later. I think Scott even gave it to me. And it might have been when they, I can't imagine though, that was 2021. But I can look at it and see when it came to our collection. But I did get, I didn't back it. Oh, no, I didn't back it. I bought in 2019, I think, Zombicide Invader, which is, you know, like a sci-fi one. So, you know, that's more my speed. You know, I'm not necessarily a fantasy guy, but Derek is very excited. He's so excited about this. He's like, I told him we were going to do it. He's like, oh, I want to be involved, because he's already backed it. He really loves the fantasy line stuff. And I'm like, well, you'll have a shot to see if you really want to back it. But it's good. It's fun. So, I don't think, so Daryl has, our friend Daryl, he's going to probably be, he's hoping to be here. Oh, you know what? I'm just painting that damn collar. Dang it. It's fur. Let me try to just wick a little bit of that off. I was like, why is his hair different? Because it isn't his hair. But yeah, it's really a bummer. I don't know if I want to, I got to figure out what I'm going to paint. I mean, I have lots to paint. It is stuttering. Oh, it is stuttering on the table. Darn it, when did that happen? Let's see here. Let's see, is it? Yeah, it is definitely doing it. Well, let me try to unplug the, I think I got the paint off here enough. Let me try to unplug the, reset that camera. I will switch it to, it's pretty bad. I have no idea the steps. I turned, one thing, was the down cam a problem? It was. Actually, let me just try resetting this first. So there's a whole bunch of devices in the chain here. So it could be anything that does it. Usually we have a box that converts HDMI to STI, which is a video connection format. And it's a professional one. Let's see here, is this working? Hopefully this will work. Well, you let me know if you see it again. Anyway, we use that, we use STI on devices that we have that use the computer, and you know, on the computer, and but we have only one device that actually has STI connections on it. We don't even use that. We use that device, but we don't use the STI connection. So that could be one of the problems. It turns on and it's actually not at the computer. It's here. We don't want to run HDMI, although we do run HDMI. Oh, that's right, because we're No, we run. Gosh, is that correct? No, I think we run SDI all the way up to that after the HDMI connection. I do feel like we have something though. I feel like I remember cables on the raceway that are. See if the music will do the next one. Yep, cool. It's working. It sounds about the same level. Derek probably said it similarly. But yeah, I'm just hearing that. I talked to the guy that worked there, but I didn't even talk to him about that. I just happened to, I think when I was looking, so there's a lot of complaining, you know, like, how comes you haven't done this? And, you know, I don't know if Asmodee is saying anything, but the audience is saying, you know, this is a different company. They bought Zombicide. Considering it wasn't that long ago, I think they must have, well, who knows? They probably bought it a while back and didn't talk about it, but I'm wondering if this was already relatively developed. It does have a lot of new things going, what is going on here? It does have a lot of things going on, not a lot, things going on that change the game, which is cool. But you know, some of them just make sense. They removed noise, which was a thing that like would draw the zombies to wherever that was happening. And they just now, it's line of sight. And if they don't have line of sight, they just move towards the closest, which, you know, that sounds like, that sounds like noise to me. But yeah, I never actually played the original edition. So I have, as I say, I have just one box of Invader, and I've not played it. I was like, it was just one. I would want to have this one, and then I never played it. You know, those were pre-second edition of Zombicide. Now, I imagine a lot of those things made it into those other games, and then they integrated them into the main Zombicide game. But because I think I know Scott really enjoyed like the Black Plague one or something like that, and that wasn't the second edition. It was just, you know, another version. I think it was Black Plague. It might have been the other one, because I know they had problems shipping one of those too, like the Green Horde or something like that. I don't know. It's a terrible deal. I do like what they do. I'm hopeful that these other companies can keep them going. I think the delay is because of, I mean, I'm wondering if we're having video problems too. It's just slow. It's okay. Okay. So this is it is interesting. There's like no brown to it. But that's okay. I mean, you know, there is no, you look at a leather jacket, it is not black. You know, black leather jacket that looks and seems very black, but it's not really that black. So I made it sort of a gray, you know, not full. I mean, I could absolutely use, I think Black Templar is sort of this color that I'm making right here. That's pretty funny. Could have just used Black Templar, which is like, there's two blacks. I think both of them are great on the Citadel line, the Warhammer color. Hey, thanks for the follow, Kawaii Entertainment. Kawaii Entertainment. Thank you so much for the follow. We do have the exact same sound though when it plays. Oh, you know what? That's from Stream Elements. So maybe it is. I think it is music from the provider we use, Epidemic. But I do believe it comes through Stream Elements, is what Derek told me the other day, because I'm like, hey, the music's working. So yeah, this is a hero Loki. I feel like there's another one too. I haven't looked, but I know I've only done one. I don't imagine it's part of the X-Men set, wave. So maybe there's only two. Maybe I'm just remembering this one. I feel like he should be not a hero, but the purple ones. Because when is he ever, well, he did really stick by Thor in Endgame, I guess. I can't remember now. We were watching, yesterday was the last two episodes of Maul, Dark Lord, or I can't remember what it's called. I don't love the name, but they only did 10 episodes, and I feel like they just started getting somewhere with the story, and now we probably have to wait a year. I don't know. That's TV nowadays. Not great. Is the camera still stuttering? Oh, it's the same one. Thank you. But that was successful. Maybe I just do that, the turning off. So I have a little, in addition to it connecting to the computer, before it goes to the computer, I have it, come into a little monitor so I can see that it's in focus. I'm super great at it, obviously, so I don't know how much it really helps. The camera's not bad. It does a pretty fast focus when it gets, it's in the right shot of the field, because it does, like, it's weighted towards the center as far as focusing goes. I should probably see if I can change it to a different matrix. Oops. Come on. Now I am going to do this gold so it doesn't, and I may do an undercoating here. That hair looks fine. It's not done, but it looks pretty good. I mean, I'm going to do some highlights on it. Black is always the one I've had the most trouble with. It does dry pretty quickly. Hello, music. Oh, I didn't get underneath here. Okay, it's doing great, isn't it? Now we only do it a short, there you go. I wonder if it's just because I'm not in that window. Maybe I'll just leave it up. I do want to see, I do want to see certain things on the computer here though. Oh my gosh. This stuff. So basically I'm using like a remote access to get into this computer in the next room. It would be nice if there was something else. Anyway. RDP, remote desktop, actually, not remote access, but it really does look like the Black Templar. And I've never used this black, so I don't even know what its base color is. It could be more like the Black Legion. I think the Black Legion is like a, to me anyway, it seems like a bluer black, just slightly. Harumph, I say. Let me try using the other brush to try to do this. I don't have the rinse well over here, so I do have to reach across for that. I don't have it all figured out here. I don't know why I pushed it all that way. I absolutely could have built this the other way, and it probably would have been better, but this was ages ago. I also tried to split up the brush. I'm trying to make it so that everything can be found a little easier. So I organized the brushes differently, and the active brushes, because I also have a lot of brushes over on the side. That looks pretty good. Dragging it under his eye, which is not, or eyebrow, but you know, the eyebrow probably is and should be painted underneath there as well. is not going on here. Now this paint dries differently on the brush than the other one. Well, maybe not this bottle, but the speed paints that I've used so far, gosh darn it, there's just like little hairs. Let me clean it, unless that's on the Mini. I need to touch that up. It's going to be gray again, and then the skin tone. Interesting. This brush is old. I think I have probably more of these. Back when Michaels had better brushes. I think they probably still have some good ones, but maybe, I don't even know. I feel like anytime I've gone into the store, they do not have the display they used to have. Anyway, this is a while ago. Anytime they had a sale, I just bought, because you burn through brushes, so I bought them, and they were, reasonably priced there, so it wasn't a bad choice, but oh, I didn't get his sideburn here. Just get on the, not that it really matters, but in case I don't paint it the way I'm thinking I might paint this. I'm sorry, my head's in the way. I really should try to change the camera angle. It's going to be a pain, but have it over my shoulder so that I'm not leaning into the shot. We'll see. Let me see if I have another one of these brushes. This one is a very, very long time ago purchase. I mean, I don't know if Low Cornell still exists, but I do like the brush. I only use it for a small amount of stuff. That is a, wow, 18-0 liner. What do you want to bet I don't have a bunch of those? A spotter. That would be hilarious, and I'll never be able to track it down. Have to find another one like it. That would be funny. I have so many. I think I didn't feel I used it because it, wow, 100%. Spotter, angular, shader. Nope. Wow. I like that brush. I need to find something like it. I have tons of, so I was like the tiny brush guy when I first got back into painting minis. And they're cool and everything, but you need more paint. Well, I guess I'm going to use a spotter. That is a bummer. That is why that has stuck around. I wonder if I have a spotter already out. These are so tiny though. Wow. Let me just see if I can clean this up. It looks fine. I'll just keep using it. It may be just getting tired. They tend to, lose their snap. Especially, I mean, this has got to be the tiniest amount of hairs. Can't be more than 20 hairs or something like that. So, I don't know. I mean, this is made in Japan. I don't know if they would still be made in Japan. I cannot believe I have one. But I think the reason why it occurred to me when I was going in there is I had like a flashback that I've looked before and have not had it. Okay, so I'm going to make a little bit of the mix of the gray for me. That is where I use bright neutral gray, which I have said many times now. I feel it's a little warmer than a neutral color, but I don't know what neutral is. Maybe it's a little warm and a little cool. I need to paint the other guy's hair too before this paint dries. Seems like it's drying already. I did not mix that, but it should be fine. You should mix it though every time you paint. Okay, I need a little bit of water on there on the palette. Keep it away from that. Okay. The funny thing is I keep it away so that I don't mix paint in it, but the second I put the brush in, the color just fills the little ball of water that I have. Although it's not a lot of white paint, so. So you want your brush to be wet-ish, lightly wet. Oh, I'm not doing it on camera, I'm sorry. That helps. I'm shaping his eyebrows. But you don't want too much paint on, even though, you know, I'm like wanting belly on my brush to hold more paint. You don't want too much. That seems okay. Okay, I see a little bit of spot where I did not get paint. And then I'm going to try to do highlights on the edge a little later. But the black looks nice. It's still pretty solid black, but I could see some brown in there. So that's cool. Let's just hope that the paint isn't drying. It is drying in there though. Okay. I did not clean this brush when I was done. I mean, I'm not done, but I still like to rinse it. Okay. Still wet. I don't know if this is different than it's one thing I don't know, you know, the contrast paints kind of gel quickly. I don't know if these do. That is one thing that they claim that the Pro-Acryl paints, that you have like a little bit more working time. I don't believe Stolly mentioned that was a reality, or maybe he mentioned it that it wasn't really that much working time. You know, I mean, these are meant to just go on. Now, the one thing, it may be just that the guy's skill, I can't remember his name, but like he did not have splotchiness, and he was putting it on wet and then wicking it. And he was painting a yellow, you know, I mean, like the worst color probably to paint. Well, not the worst, but one of the terrible ones as far as getting an even surface and stuff with these types of paints. It looked great. Now, Stolly did compare it to, I believe it was the same yellow, to one of the Iron Fist, maybe? Imperial Fist, excuse me. Maybe that was it. Seems like it. And it looked almost identical. So, I don't know. And you know, Stolly's probably a better painter than I am, so. Not probably. Assuredly. I am running out of paint though here pretty quickly, so I need to mix some more because I am not done. There is no happy in between, almost ever. It's either not enough or way too much. For me, anyway. Okay, we're going to mix some paint because I don't have enough. Okay, I did do 2 drops of medium. I'm going to start with that. Medium. More grim black. I'll just show on camera here. And I believe 1 drop of the brown. This is very dark. So I have these new tools. Well, I bought them in August. I know Adam was showing them off on his Adepticon booty video. But they're synthetic. I mean, not synthetic. They're, well, they are. It's silicone with like a rigid, but they're on the ends. They're flexible. These are from Turbo Dork. I guess I used this one, the black one. I've got gray on here. But it's great because you can mix it, plus you can kind of use it as a putty knife and get the paint out. Boy, I got gray on here. So I got 3 of them in the thing, and it was probably $10 or something like that. It wasn't too bad. Well, let's see here if this is the color. It should be. It looks kind of similar. Seems the same. Too much. Did I paint his ear? I did not. Need some flesh. I was very happy with the other ones. I did neither of them. What a bad job. Wow. Did I do the other one? Sure did. Let's look at his face here, because I put gray on there. It actually is, you can almost not tell. It does need a little bit of flesh tone, but the gray is close enough to the tone of the skin. We just got some on the horn on his forehead, bendy horns. I guess that would be black hair under there. Why wouldn't put that? Focusing here. Another temple. This one's only okay. Okay. Doesn't look like I got it right. Not that it's really going to be noticeable, but I do want the color to. Is this the brush that, oh, you know what? It's the, so this has like a film that it develops when you, I mean, I guess this is why you don't use speed paints on natural hair brushes, but because it flows right into the ferrule, right? It's a very fluid medium. Okay, so I need flesh tone to do on the other guy's eyes. I'll save all of that till I'm done with these. But let me clean up that black so it's not on his ear. Okay, did I get any on the mask of either of these guys, or the helmet? Do I have the black everywhere on here? It looks pretty good. May not be as solid as that one, so let's go with another quick. Doesn't really need to be solid, but It does flow differently than the contrast paints. This is where I do kind of the thinnest layer on both of the ones I've done so far. Probably because I'm being cautious about it getting on the skin and the helmet. Okay. Okay, I have still one more to go. I should get on to the hair. Actually, I need to, when I get back to it, I need to put a little bit of white on the fur collar of this one a little bit. Just see if it will work. Got a moment. Nope, not that way. Needs to be a little bit heavier paint. Let that dry. Cool. I got some of the blue on his eyebrow from his eye. Don't really feel too great about that. It absolutely is there. Oof, got it on his helmet there. Disappointment. Sorry, my head is in the way. It's not covering. Really, there's the brown. I wonder if the brown is lingering. Clean the water too. Clean the brush. This bottle doesn't seem to do it right. Okay. Clean this. I got paint that dried in it. Oh, that's right. One of these guys had a lot of blue. I think it's this one. Well, the reality is it probably should be black. Ugh. Edge of this eyebrow. A caffeine-free paint or pretty steady hand. I mean, caffeine does not bother me. I don't drink coffee, but I do have diet drinks that might have it, and tea. I had some tea last night that was great. Okay, so we'll go with that for now. It looks pretty good. Let's look at the second one. Did I do the eyebrows on this guy? I did not. He needs ears colored as well. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the stand. I do not want to handle them. Okay. You can also steady your hands just by holding them together, right? So that any movement is really through both of them. And it does a pretty good job. I say confidently. Again, you can, as you see, I've been touching it up, even with the contrast paints, or the speed paints in this case. We don't have to worry about it too much. You can fix the problems. I mean, reasonably enough, right? It's not, did I just shove it? I did, but it didn't hit it. So maybe not enough paint on here. Let's clean it. You know, wick some of the water off. I was hoping to get a little further. I mean, it's only 12:03, but I kind of have to run. Because we have to shoot these intros. I don't know that, I have to look at our previous one that we did and see how we did it. I didn't actually put that together. Dark now. It doesn't look too dark on their paint job either. Okay. I do want to do the cloak or the coat. It's a green. I see more holes in it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm looking at a 3D printed model that they did for the prototype to paint. Here, let me get some caffeine too. Ooh. Look neat. Do I have the other Loki and other Loki over here so I can compare them? I don't really remember how it looks. I do feel like I painted all three of those too at the same time. Harumph. I'd like to compare. But I don't see them. Oh well. It means I put them away, which is good. I'm not really sure where. Oh, there's a guy laying over on his side. So now I have to decide if I want to try to do, well, let me do the flesh ear because, and I think everything's okay where I can touch it up on the ears and anything else that I might have bumped. Okay, so I use Gilliman Flesh. I should try some of the other ones, but I really like this one. I've talked, every time I paint with it, I sing its praises. It's a really great paint. It does dark to light skin very well. Human skin. Human. And others, I'm sure, but a little bit there. I don't need a ton of this. So first things first, absolutely some contrast medium, which I think I put up here. Boy, I really need to get another bottle here in a bit. Not yet, but. Gosh, I would love to paint the jacket, the coat. So I really have to be a little, I don't have to be too careful, but I think I did make a lot of this paint the last time, and I didn't need it, you know. That's way too much. Right off the bat. So I mix this one. It's okay if it's a little thin. I'm actually just kind of trying to give it a hint of color. Okay. This one I had to, wasn't this one, but I do see that I maybe need to paint a little bit more dark. Oh, but this one needs the ears. This one probably needs more color than I'm putting on here. That's completely dry black paint. You gotta rinse these things. I don't know how people, you know, they're like, oh, you need to do, I'm like, I feel like you need to do, so it's coming off in little chunks. It's different. It's different than the paint on, maybe just finer fragments when you break down the dried paint on the contrast paints. I don't know. But these speed paints definitely, oh, this might even be too dark. Sorry, you can't see. Good enough. They're just ears anyway. This one could use a little bit more tone. So I'm just putting a little tiny amount of the flesh tone over the part that I touched up to clean up that eyebrow. I could just use a little bit because it looks a little thin there for whatever reason. Yipes. So I'm not going to paint the green jackets because it's going to take some time, but what I am going to do is I'm going to try to glaze on a little bit of metallic on these to see what this could be like. So I'm going to use the speed paint medium because I'm going to try not to just cover it with paint. I want to, you know, potentially do some dark streaks and stuff to give it a little bit of a non-metallic metal kind of a thing going on. I don't know if I think they're supposed to use water for this, is what my recollection is. And now I'm trying their method. I have done this and I have absolutely done it with water because I didn't have these kinds of mediums or paints. So I was just thinning it down. Let's mix that up. Hey, old man B, 1981. So I airbrush the paints on for the zenithals, and I use both of these. I mean, I bought the game color. I really like this white. I really like the bold titanium white. From both of these are pretty great. They're different kind of qualities. But I use, to paint this, is it right here? I use as my primer, and it is the white. And I'll put some white, like a white finish over it, but I use Stynylrez Res. This is Badger's paints, and it is a pretty fantastic white. Now, as you can see here, you probably can't see, but it's like, it's this full. So you can actually see the line where it's kind of like dried, which is not great. I don't use enough. I bought these 16-ounce bottles. You don't need them, unless you're using a lot. I like this as a straight white, and I use it for undercoating when I've done that, and I also use it for the white. And the way I do mine is I do a black, all black, then a gray, which is one of the Stynylrez grays as well, and the black is a Stynylrez gray, and then the white. It does a pretty great job. And I've said for a while, you don't need to have a great airbrush to do undercoating, but you can get, so I have some here. Here's the compressor. You can buy airbrushes that have this little compressor. The brand name is not this anymore. They keep changing it, right? It's some Chinese company, but it's not very loud. It's a little loud because I bonked it, and it's also not tightened up. But it's pretty great. It's a great way to do it. You can also dry brush, which I've done. I like doing the dry brush. And you can also just undercoat it white because I'm using these contrast paints. But the zenithal really works well when you do this. And really, even when you're doing some acrylics, just standard acrylics on top of it instead of, wow, there's a mess. Instead of the contrast paints or the speed paints, it still does an amazing job. And it's worth it. So as those airbrushes are like $65 most of the time now, I think I bought those for around $50. You can get them on special sometimes. That one comes with a little airbrush that's red on that one, but there's a black version of it. And those airbrushes are perfectly fine to do undercoating. I've used them many times. So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting a light layer of the silver on. And we're just gonna see where we go on this, because I tend to feel that well, first of all, this is a speed paint metallic, so you kind of want to see the shading already underneath it. what it ends up doing is it just becomes super bold. And I used to do this exact thing. Do I have one here? I do, I'll show you in a moment. Although I don't know that that's actually, it looks like it's done that way. It might have been multiple coats. It already looks okay. We'll just do the end here as well. I like the gold, the metallics going on thin. I feel they get kind of funky. Oh, his hands. Oh no, I did that, that's right. He's got black gloves. He's got fingerless gloves, because everybody's wearing fingerless gloves. But when you do this, it goes on pretty smooth. Now, it's not super silvery, but I can do a couple layers of it and not have it obliterate my zenithal highlight. It's not necessarily meant to work like a speed paint. It just has speed paint kind of qualities. But I'm really knocked out. I wish Games Workshop would work on something, because I do really, I mean, my favorite gold was Shining Gold, I believe was the old brand, Citadel one. It's now Retributor's Gold, which I don't even know if that's the same as the last time I bought it. I think I decanted it to a bottle, and I'm not even happy with that because it didn't do a good job. But I wish they'd try. Wish more would try. Now, as I was saying it earlier about the Monument Hobbies, they don't feel you need to even have that. You just use their medium and do that. Wow, that looks nice. So we'll see. We'll let that dry, maybe do another coat. Yipes, right into my lap. So essentially this is what I'm talking about, like if I did the gold. Then I might put a brown undercoat before I do the gold. Because, you know, this is the dark undercoat for the silver, and black is pretty great for the silver. You could do something like some sort of a dark blue. And it will give that a tone. Now, blue would probably be like an enchanted steel though when it's done, but depends on what color it is. I feel you want it to be darker. I think he might have mentioned in that video that it was you want it darker, but I've always done it like that. I'll show you the one here. But I did that way a long time ago. Wow, he's got a good curve to that knife. So one of the ways you can straighten that out, I'm not going to worry about it, but you put it in hot water, bend it, and then plunge it in ice cold water, and it should hold that. This is not that big of a bend that I'm going to worry about it. Plus, you know, some daggers and stuff are curved, so. But yeah, airbrushing the undercoat is really, it's not cheap. I mean, you know, $50 is not cheap, but it's not terribly expensive, $60, let's say. But you want a dual action airbrush regardless. Some of those are not dual action airbrushes. This compressor is not the greatest compressor ever, but it's decent. And if you really like airbrushing, you'll have only spent $50, and hopefully you'll get some use out of the whole thing, and then you buy something better. You know, and you can still use, I mean, I have all of my old airbrushes. Yipes, is that actually silver? It sure is. I think that's brown, so. Okay, let's do the last one and then maybe go back and put a little more on and see what we get. It's starting to look like it becomes kind of a weird cloudy. It's got some blue because I did not do a good job of undercoating there. Does look a little less exciting than the other ones. I don't know if that's because we'll let that dry and lay it flat, see if that'll help. They tend to, when you do this, it can get milky. It's weird. But yeah, in this case, I'm just using water and the paint. They look okay though. Okay. Pulling toothpick. Okay, so let me show you the old Eldar I did. Though it doesn't look like the helmet. I might have put some more on that. It's an old Eldar I did. I should look for more of them because there's definitely some earlier ones, and I felt that they did a better job of the gold. But this, you can see it's dark. So I put this gold over. You know, this is probably not even as thin as it is. You can see brushy kind of action there. Although that could be just my poor filing of, it's kind of dusty. But I like the results. They look good and there's a dark tone to them, which is cool. I mean, yeah, this is very old. I painted this 25 or 6 years ago. I mean, you know, I was trying some new things. I didn't really hadn't painted anything like that. That was the beginning of me painting this kind of stuff. As I said before, I painted World War II stuff. Cool. So this is really, I could go with a, now my problem is this is not the right silver. I feel their silver is too dark. This is called polished silver. It's not bright enough. I do use, this silver is pretty good. I also use, I don't have it anymore because it Vallejo's metal colors. Did I throw that bottle out? I've been saving it just as a reference so people can, but it was the brightest silver I could find and I liked it a lot. Gold is the one that I find that has the toughest challenge. Getting yeah, they're neat. That looks good. The silver looks pretty good. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of non-metallic metal kind of action, but with metals by doing, so I use silver and metallic medium. Do I have it here? No. This is the one I've been using forever, metal medium from Vallejo. It's good. It's almost a white, so it's like a pearlescent color, but it works great as a highlight. You can also use white as a very glinting part of the edge, you know, just the tiniest amount. You do not want to take away from your silver. Okay, here we go. As I said, I've opened this one. I'm really kind of disappointed in myself. I already have an open bottle of silver. Let's see if I can clean this up without making as much of a mess as I normally do. I guess it doesn't really matter. As long as it's sealed and it doesn't dry in the neck of the nozzle there. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but that's the silver. It's brighter, right? You would think polished silver. Now again, it's a contrast paint or a speed paint. So now I want to do the same thing though. I don't want to, I find that when I try to do these highlights, I don't, unless I do it this way, I don't get a very good result. And that's one of the deals, you know, you need to thin your paint enough to work the way that you need it. And my problem with metallics is they tend to go on too heavy. They didn't, when I painted that, I mean from my memory anyway, when I painted that Eldar 25 years ago, I really liked the, I liked the paint that they made. That was, whoever they had contracting it was in France, and it was incredible. At least from my memory, the metallics were amazing. I feel the Vallejo model color, metal, whatever metal color. Gosh, I wish I hadn't thrown that bottle out. It was not necessary though, it was clogging up the desktop, but I should buy another bottle, but it's, you know, it's $10 and I have it, or $12 or whatever, and I really have a problem with it. I did not use it as much as I would have liked, and I liked it a lot, but so all of a sudden it just started coagulating, and that was a little frustrating. Sorry if you can't see this, I'm sorry. That's okay. Okay, it looks pretty good. I mean, you can see a bit, and then I can brighten things up with like the metal medium. Try not to make it as strong on the back. So it's a little bit more of a scratchy highlight. Looks pretty good. I'm happier with it than I have been lately with the highlights I've been doing. I did kind of not a great job on that second angle there. Boy, the other paint I put in the palette is already dry. I was going to try to touch up something, but I don't have it. Yipes. those look pretty good. Do a little bit of glints on the edge and it might help. Sell the contrast, you know, the contrast painty. I probably need to stop soon. But I'm going to do a little bit of this. Mr. Optimistic, I'll do it quickly. And you'll see here in a second, I'll show it on the palette, how much brighter this metal medium is. And you can add this to other colors, right? So you can get metallic reds and purples and blues and greens. It's pretty light, but it is still got, you know, the pearlescent. What is on my agenda today? I have to film, we have to film the, we have our Golden Geek Awards. That's the games that people voted as their favorite, you know, heavy game, mid-weight game, two-player games, card games. And Nikki and I are going to do that because we've done it before. The last one we did the whole group. It was, you know, like 6 people doing it, and it was cool and everything, but it was challenging because, you know, it just takes more time. You got to get everybody to get the stuff together, and we just figured it's going to be a little easier to, because we want to announce it. We've got the tally. We finalized it. We got the tally of what the winners are, so we'll put that together, and hopefully it won't be too terribly crazy today to do, and because I have to get the episode ready, and I have to prepare for us leaving for BGG Spring Con. Can't even tell. I'm doing this little brighter edge. So you have to get that done, and I need to get our episode together. I usually try to have it done today. It's not going to be done today. Oops, sorry. Okay, well there you go. That looks pretty good. And not terribly long, you know, I mean, I like fine kind of markings, and it's kind of hard to do. And I've already got like a little bit of splotchiness on that. I need to make, I think, a little bit more of this polished silver to fix something here. Or maybe it's the dark, yeah, polished silver. I want the darker one. It's a little frustrating. Where did I want to have a little bit of, oh, it was this one. Those look good. Well, we'll see. I probably won't be back till next Tuesday. And then we will be gone for a week and a half as we go to BGG Spring and the stuff around that. Where is that? What were you asking, Sir? Where is that? Our Golden Geeks? That'll be on BGG today. I mean, I think the video will come out tomorrow. There's just no chance I'm gonna have it done today. I mean, maybe. It's really not a lot. 15 titles. We're gonna only, I think on the previous ones we gave the all the nominees. I think we're not gonna read them all. It's just, you know, we're reading it from basically a teleprompter on that stuff, and it's too many. So we're going to probably put the a title card up that says the I don't know, the nominees, and then, or maybe I do it. I mean, I'm definitely better about reading that stuff than most, but not great. Okay, let's see if there's somebody we can raid. Okay. Well, actually, let's leave it on the down cam so you can see that while I'm looking. I think the music worked better when I kept the window up. Go to Twitch. Time rolling might be, he was on a while ago though. Maple cards, what are they doing? I can barely read this stuff. Oh, they're in German. So the nominees for the SDJs are going to be 2 weeks from yesterday, I guess. And those will be on the front page of BGG, but you will also, because there'll be we'll link to the videos, they're going to live stream it. So it's going to be 8 a.m., I believe, or no, 9 a.m. West Coast time PDT, but I believe that's correct. I don't remember for sure. But I'm excited. I don't know I'm not really certain what could be in the running. I know a few things that I like. Not sure that they would pick them. But I love, I mean, you know, once they make the nominations, it goes till July. So it's a month and a half of testing with the audience, right? So it could be, things could change. So, wow, I don't see it here. Let's look similar or smaller size. Nope. I wonder if Amanda's, she should, oh, she might be later. It's weird, why wouldn't I see Amanda here? Nope. See, that's somebody, I would like it to be the ones that we're following. And it pops up in here sometimes. Filter by category, following, let's try that. Nope. So annoying. Now, there might not be any streaming board games. There we go. Different people. And some the same here. Oy. Let me look for one more thing. I feel like some people are not here. Nope. Oh wait, board games. Let's try it again here. No. Let me try painting. I'm sorry. Wow, mini painting, nobody. Okay, well, darn it. I don't feel that looks like a game. Oh well. I guess this is gonna be it. I'm not gonna link us to anybody. Thanks for joining me. Hope you guys have a great one. See, I've got hair hanging off of me. Try to have a good week. We'll be back again on Thursday evening, 5:30 Pacific Daylight Time. And as I said, we'll be streaming Zombicide Dead Men Tales. Does have some new stuff. It's fun. The minis look really great. Hope to see you guys then. And then have a great weekend if you don't see you then. And then I'll probably be back again on Tuesday, streaming more painting and working on Loki here. You guys take care and have a great one. I hope everybody's having a decent time. Thank you for joining me, everybody, and thanks